Well, first, Stormy is a human being. I said human being is my friend, and she's awesome, and I love her. This is Stormy.
Potato.
Hi, my fellow angels and demons. Dark Angel here, and I'm here joined by my friend Stormy.
Hello.
So, like we said, we're gonna answer your questions about the lore we created together. And honestly, I'm really happy that you guys are interested by it. It makes us really happy.
Oh yeah, you would not believe how excited I was, me and Dark were, when we saw all the questions piling in.
Like,
The fact that you guys were so interested,
like
it
the
brightened my
20,
day.
20 or so questions might not be a lot for many people, but for us, for our lore, that's a lot, and we're really happy.
Dude, I was just going crazy, just like, holy crap, they actually want to hear us. They want to know.
Like after years of doing those stories, it's finally kind of known.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to talk to you about this, but I was thinking of maybe doing this video like a part 1, and the part 2 would just be me introducing the main cast. So, our characters,
That worked.
Elemental Knighthood, and our enemies. I will have a lot of
Yeah.
time to do, so guys, please don't expect the part 2 to arrive very quickly.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take a while, especially when she draws Yor. Yor is such a detailed character.
Detail? Are you kidding? Red Cross is a detailed character.
Dude, a lot of our characters are detailed. I mean, you cannot name. We don't have just one villain.
Oh yeah, we have multiple. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You guys. How the heck am I going to draw Sebastian?
Dude, I don't know. We haven't even drawn him yet.
No, we haven't. Because
right now,
him. Anyways, we're getting off topic. So, how about we look at your questions? So.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a few questions that fall into the same category, so we're gonna answer them at the same time. So we'll start with the questions made by Half-Blood Hufflepuff and by Seasonal Roses. So Half-Blood Hufflepuff asked, are elementals genetic, or can anyone learn to use magic? And as for Seasonal Roses, they asked, do people get to choose their elements, or are they just born with a random one depending on their families?
It's not actually depending on the family.
And it's not genetic either.
Yeah.
People like
it's. But they're not gonna. They probably won't pick one.
Yeah, it's all chance. You're either born human or you're born elemental, and it's really just a gambling.
Yeah, think of it like this: 2 fire elements most likely will not create a baby fire element. It can happen, but it's most likely not going to happen.
Dark and Stormy are good examples of that. Dark's parents were both light magic users, and she was born dark magic users, and Stormy's parents were both humans. And here she is with her light magic light magic.
Yep, that she can barely control.
You're still learning. So yeah, it's really all gamble and all that. It's not just because your parents have powers or not doesn't mean you're going to have powers or not. It's just
for example, Toby. Toby is a pretty good example. He is Stormy's little brother, and his parents didn't have powers, and yet Toby has managed to become a dark magic user.
More in the family.
A bit of a higher chance, such as the more common element.
Yeah. So that's the questions about like, is it a gamble or not? So it's really random, it's a gamble. You can never know if one is going to have element or not. But what I can say is that one can know if a baby is an element when they turn 1 year old. When they're 1 year old, that's where we know which element they are, or if they have an element.
And it's kind of like having a dice and a coin. The coin tells you whether the baby's going to have powers or not. And then the dice is what tells you what element. That's the best way I can think of it. It's the one way me and Dark have talked about.
Yeah, we didn't actually do it. It's a good example of what it is.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
Okay, so, and the 2 other questions that are in the same category, but it's both of the questions are basically, why is dark magic seen as bad? So the first question is made by Maya Bohr, and I do not want to assume gender. I apologize. They ask, why is dark magic so feared? And Pisces the Zodiac asks, when did the people who have the power of darkness get their bad reputation? Did something happen, or did they always got shown as the bad guys? Well,
They were always bad. I'll put it that way. They weren't always bad.
no.
Back when Cyrus was alive, there were many dark elements.
Yeah, like over 300 years ago, back when Cyrus and his companions were alive, dark magic was not seen as something evil. Like, all the magic were pretty much equal. And then after his death, there are some dark magic users who decided to do bad things, but not because of their magic, just because they were assholes.
So basically, it's like in school when one kid in a class does something bad and the teacher punishes everybody.
Yeah, so a few dark magic users did bad things, and now it became the generalization that every dark magic users are bad.
And yet, when
unfortunately,
light magic user does something bad, people think that light magic is still holy.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird thing. It's kind of like how people are today. People think black people can do all kinds of awful things, but they don't realize that white people can be just as bad.
Exactly. Racism is bad, okay, kids? Racism is bad. Don't do it.
Yeah. Be like a panda. You're Asian, you're white, and you're black.
Oh my god, this is perfect. But yeah, unfortunately, there aren't many dark magic users anymore, because throughout the years, people being stupid decided to, genocide.
Yep. They're almost extinct.
Yeah, so the only dark magic users known are Dark and Toby. Alive, I mean.
Yep.
There are probably others, but we haven't met them yet. So yeah, because of a few bad people, the entire magic is now seen as bad, which is sad. Alright, let's go to the other questions. Vixen Karma asks, are there any alliance at all? Like, do Earth and nature get along well because they're close, literally and metaphorically? Well, it's not like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where one element is only in one area. It's not like that. All the elements are kind of mixed along.
I mean, there are some villages and towns where it's kind of apparent where one element kind of dominates, but it's not exactly. It's just like in the real world, kind of. People don't really have alliances anymore, but certain elements do get along better together and some don't. It really depends on who the person is.
Yeah, it really depends. I'd say it's more like friendship or something, but it really depends on who the person is. There is not like an international alliance. Like, all the elements are just poofed across the world.
Yeah, take Dark and Stormy for example. Stormy is a light element, Dark is a dark element, and they're best friends. Even though they're the opposite element, they are best friends.
Best friends forever.
Exactly. It really does not. That's not what decides whether they're enemies or not. It depends on the person.
Yeah. All right. Dragon Timer 6030 is back with their own questions, and they have a few.
That's a question. Keep them coming, buddy.
Yeah, like if you or any other have questions that have not been answered in this Q&A, feel free to ask in the comments. I'll be happy to answer. Okay.
Oh, I think do.
Yeah. So Dragon asks, in this world, were there always all the realms and different things in the world, or were they something that slowly came up over time? Just a reminder that what the realms are. There's the spirit realm, the Reaper realm, Hell, and Heaven.
And Limbo.
Yeah, Limbo too. So all of the realms already existed.
Yeah, take Heaven, spirit world for example. If you're an element and you're a good person, you're probably gonna go to the spirit realm. If you're a bad elemental, you're going to hell and you're losing your powers, because no powers for you unless you're a demon.
If you're a good human, well, you go into heaven. If you're bad, you go to hell, and etc. There are some people who get stuck in limbo, but that's That's kind of rare.
Yeah, but then again, it's limbo. It's the place where everything is in between.
So
Souls come
basically,
in and out.
no matter if you're an elemental or a human, if you're bad, you go to hell. Like if you did like awful things, unforgivable, you go to hell. The spirit
Yep.
realm is the heaven for elementals, and heaven is for humans.
Yeah, basically, how do I put this? The reason we created the spirit world is because there's magic, you know? And when you die, your element's gotta go somewhere. But when you're in the spirit world, you do technically keep a piece of it, but the majority of it is going to be reused for a new soul.
Yeah, and
You can do that when you go to
most
heaven.
human souls in our world, when they die, they're very tiny. An elemental who is powerful enough after their death still maintains their original form, how they look like when they were alive. Kind of Cyrus is a good example of that. He's dead, but he still looks like he was alive.
He's a ghosty goo.
Yeah. All right. That's not the only questions Dragon had. So, are there some type of creatures that can hop between all the realms? Not like escorters, like you can go back and forth between realms on your own free will. There are two creatures that can do that. First one being demons, but only powerful demons can just hop where they want to go.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah. And the other creature are reapers. Reapers are allowed to go through all the realms. That's their job.
I mean, they don't particularly want to probably go to hell, but if they have to, they will.
Yeah, if
Like,
they had to, they will go to hell, but otherwise they mostly hop between the spirit world, heaven, and the living world.
Yep.
After all, it's their job to read the souls.
Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do the job. And
I can't wait to talk more about Reapers, but the question
there is the species of Reapers, but there's also the job. Reapers in the Reaper realm.
Yeah. Like, some of them can live, like, having a normal life, but there are others who just have the job. You know.
Basically soul collecting. They go out, they take the soul, they take it where it needs to go.
Yep.
And yes, they do have the classic hood and scythe, but the scythe is not generally for attack. It can be used to defend, help them travel, and stuff like that.
Yeah. But more on Reapers later.
Yep.
Okay. Insert cool name here. That username. I love it. So, they ask, which came first, humans or elementals?
Both.
Humans and elementals have always coexisted.
Yep. Ever since humans found elementals be around, because elementals are basically humans, but with... It's kind of like My Hero Academia in a way. They have...
like,
it's like quirks.
Some have powers, some don't, and it's normal for everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, both of them at the same time.
Yep.
Blue Blazer has two questions. The first one being, do any of them have shape-shifting abilities? I cannot picture the nature users being like druids from D&D. And the second question is, what kind of magical creatures call this land home, other than demons, spirits, hellhound, and such? Let's start with the first one. Magic users don't have shape-shifting ability.
They can teleport if they have enough experience, but that takes a lot of experience and skill for certain elements. It's easy for some others.
They can turn into like their element. For example, dark magic users can turn into shadows. Light magic users can turn into light. Water can turn water. Wind,
but not
air, etc.
It's not permanently for teleporting.
Yeah, there are some elements that have it more easy than others. Light and dark magic users can easily teleport or take the form of their own element. Compared to nature and earth, they can't really do that.
Yeah,
or fire. A lot of experience.
I mean, if you're a fire element, you're still technically human, you just have powers. So would you really want to light your body on fire? No. You're not going to fire, but when a fire element has enough experience and they can teleport, they just basically move in between the flames.
Yeah.
It's not like they're turning into fire, it's more they're just traveling in between.
So once an elemental gains a lot of experience and control over their powers, they have more abilities and can do things they were not able to do before.
Yeah, but there are also some who can't, such as for teleportation. those with nature or earth generally are not, because plants and the earth, and if you could teleport
I don't think Earth Elements wants to create a hole into the ground and just jump in to teleport. That's kind of weird.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, that's not how it works. As for the other question, what kind of magical creatures call this land home?
Oh,
Unicorns!
They're mean! They're mean little bugs!
Yeah, in our world, unicorns are extremely aggressive. You do not want to come across a unicorn. They are bastards.
Yeah, think of them like feral horses that will stab you.
Or
if they don't like you, they'll never like you.
Exactly. So yeah, unicorns are very aggressive, so watch out. They're also Pegasus.
Better.
Yeah, Pegasus are less aggressive, and when they're tamed, they're absolute sweethearts. They love pets and all that.
Alicorns are kind of a mixture.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of them, but you know.
Unfortunately, this is because of both elementals and humans basically driving them to extinction, just like how humankind in real life has unfortunately done that. They're very close, but they just tend to be hidden because they've been hunted greatly for things that they have.
That goes the same for dragons. So there are not a lot of dragons anymore.
However, there are other things like familiars, though generally a familiar is summoned by the person who is caretaking. Take on our character Josh, for example. He can summon little fire familiars, but they generally are summoned from him. They're not out in the wild.
Yeah, exactly.
But seriously,
there are a lot of creatures.
Unicorns are scary. They hurt.
Like, there are normal animals and other creatures, but the creatures tend to be hidden.
Yeah, because they don't want anything to do with us. Let's face it, we hunt them down just like in real life. Take unicorns, for example, kind of like rhinos. People would hunt them down for their horn.
Yeah, because humanity is bound to make the same mistakes all over again.
Yep, over and over. It's a never-ending cycle.
Yeah. How about we leave the depressing topic to go elsewhere?
Yep. Let's move. Next question.
Jack of all trades says, well, I've always liked water and fire after watching Avatar, but I'd be really interested in what the dark magic realm entails. And their question is, and possibly a bit more backstory about the Reapers. There we go. Reapers are a thing I came up with, mostly, so I'm probably the one who's gonna talk the most.
Yeah.
So like we said earlier, the Reaper realm has always existed, and the Reaper's job is to, well, reap the souls. Only the souls that are meant to be reaped. So when someone's about to die, the Reaper will be assigned the job to take the soul.
Yeah.
Usually they simply touch the person and the soul usually comes. But if the soul is extremely stubborn, sometimes they have to fight for it.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a bit of force, like opening a pickle jar and you want to get the pickles inside. You're just like, God damn it, open!
That's not the analogy I was expecting, but I guess it works. Other things about Reapers is that you're not born Reaper. Some, like the first ones were born Reaper, they just existed. That's why they're powerful. But there are others who simply were chosen to be Reapers when they die. That's the case of one of my characters that you'll meet eventually. His name is Gerald. When he was human when he was alive, and when he died, instead of getting his soul reaped by a Reaper, the Lord of the Reaper came to him and told him that he is a Reaper.
Yeah, Gerald's a good baby, and so is his little brother, but his little brother didn't get the chance to become a Reaper, so he's basically the spirit that follows him around. He's so cute.
Yeah, a lot of Reapers will often have a little soul hanging around them, and more often than not, that little soul is something they loved very much in their living world when they were alive. And in Gerald's case, that's his little brother.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be like someone of family. It could end up being like a loyal pet.
Or even like your best friend.
Yeah.
Not all Reapers have a soul with them, but most of them do.
Yeah, it's a common thing.
Yeah. Gerald is probably the youngest out of all the Reapers, so they are Reapers who've been here for centuries.
Like Henry or Red Cross, unfortunately.
Unfortunately for Red Cross, but good thing for Henry.
Yeah.
Another thing about Reapers, their eye color says on which class they are. I don't know how to say it, but
Class.
like yeah, like depending on what color you are, it shows how much strength you have.
Yeah.
The possible eye color are green, yellow, orange red, and pink red. Green is the lowest. They're not weak by any means, but compared to the others, they are the lowest in the pyramid. Next is the yellow, and then it's red orange. There is only one Reaper with pink red eye, and he is the most powerful of Reapers because he is the Lord of Reaper, and his name is Henry.
A good guy. Funny dork.
Yeah. Also, when another Reaper has the pink red eye, it means that the current leader will have to train this one in order for that one to become the new leader.
Yeah. Unfortunately, oh boy. Then there.
But for now, there's only one with the pink red eye, and that's Henry.
He's a good boy.
Gerald has green eyes, and
at first, the good thing about the Reapers, there was a book that our characters had stumbled upon detailing them, but they made them sound really scary, and that's when Gerald.
They made them because humans didn't exactly understand what they were. The book made them sound really scary and said things that aren't exactly true. Okay, but I'll be honest, back in the time when I wrote this, everything about this was most likely true, but now I want to make some changes.
Yeah.
So it's old, but you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
If I can't find it because it's hiding.
Yeah, read the book to them. I think they'll enjoy it.
Okay, found it. Okay, just a reminder, this might be bad because it's been a while since I wrote this.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
So the book says, as we all know, there exist 6 forms of magic. Wait, 6? There's 7 of them! What the heck?
Yeah, you can tell this is old.
Oh my god. Fine, I'm gonna reread it. As we all know, there exist 7 forms of magic. We call it the 7 elements. Fire, water, earth, air, nature, light, and finally dark magic. Each of them has a reputation, whether a good or a bad one, and has unique traits reflected through their user. However, some things are still a big mystery in our world, especially one in particular. We call them Reapers because from the few that have been seen, they always carry an enormous scythe, like the usual representation of the Grim Reaper. We know little about those beings because very few have seen them. However, what we do know is that not only do they carry a scythe, but there's always a little thing, a soul or ghost for some people wandering near them. Rumors said that the Reapers are the intermediaries between the spirit world and our world. Perhaps that small soul is a deceased family member, or friend, or someone the Reaper got attached to. We may never know for sure. Their exact purpose is unclear. Are they friends or foe? How many of them exist? Are they immortal or not? Are they here to reap those whose lives are at an end, or only to bring chaos and fear? So many questions, yet none of them has an answer. One last thing. Legend also says, and I quote, "A Reaper's eyes are so beautiful yet so dangerous. Unless they give you permission, stare at those pupils for too long and your soul will be trapped in their grasp forever. Be careful out there. If you accidentally see their eyes, look away quickly before it is too late."
Yeah, our characters encountered one, and Stormy was immediately like, "No, don't look at me! I don't want to die!"
Yeah, and Gerald was just so freaking exhausted by this book. Like, why does this book make us look so bad?
Yep.
So, one thing I want to change is the eye thingies. No, you do not die if you look at their eyes.
Thank God.
Like, their eyes can glow, and that's probably where they got that, but no, you can't look into their eyes. Except for Red Cross.
Yeah, Red Cross is a dick.
He also has red-orange eyes, so yeah.
He was probably going to be trained by Henry, but yeah, he's defected from the path. He's turned to the dark.
No, Stormy. Red-orange eyes are not trained to become the next leader.
Oh yeah.
It's when a Reaper has pink red eye.
Sorry. I sometimes get
It's
it
okay.
publicly.
It's okay, don't worry about it. So yeah, that's what we have about Reapers.
We've got good Reapers and bad Reapers. Red Cross is
Yeah.
a bad Reaper.
Yeah, like you trust me, like he's awful.
He's done some shit in his life that he shouldn't have, and he doesn't even care.
Yeah, but more on that when I introduce the characters.
Yeah.
Basically in the next video, please be patient.
Yep.
Anyways, let's continue. LPS Pearl asks, would the Reaper Realm and Hell have a good relationship? And
No.
also, do any of the elements go within the realm, like fire and darkness go with Hell and Reaper realms, and the rest would go to the Spirit realm?
Nope.
Like, these questions are interesting, but all of them are so wrong.
It doesn't matter what your element is. If you're a good person, you go to either spell realm or heaven. If you're bad, you go to hell and you lose all your powers.
Yeah, and the Reaper realm and Hell, no, they don't really have a good relationship because demons tend to get in the way of their work by eating the souls.
Yeah, they don't like each other. Then again, who would?
Yeah, that's fair.
Imagine you were at work and then someone just started eating your paperwork. That's kind of what it is like.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, no, the Reaper realm and Hell don't really have a good relationship.
Well, I know.
The Reaper realm and the Spirit world have a good relationship, but Hell, nah.
Sorry, all you has-been fans. Sorry.
Yeah, like the Hell in our world is nothing like Has-Been Hotel.
I wish.
If only. Anyways, next question. Cass does craft and art says, I do have one question. Are there people without magic, cripples in society? How are they treated? Well, yeah,
They're not
humans.
cripples, they're humans.
Like, they're not really. It's kind of like today, like the racism, sexism, and homophobia and all of that. They're still here, but you know they're coming down. So nowadays, most people like they're okay with each other. Like, you have magic, that's okay. You don't have magic, that's okay, etc. There are still old geezers that are a bit of a bastards and refuse to change, but you know, that's for everything.
That's how it's forever. But there are some people who don't like magic, and then there are some who do. It's just a thing, it's fine.
Yeah, so kind of like our society here.
Yeah.
Big difference is,
No problem.
it's not like where in other countries you can die because of one thing or another. Nah, that's not like that. But yeah, like, just because there are humans with no magic doesn't mean we're gonna just bash onto them. Like, humans and elementals have coexisted for since the beginning, so it will be kind of stupid to do that.
Mm-hmm. If anybody does do that, they're probably gonna become a villain and they're gonna get their ass kicked.
Yeah, basically. Crystal Spark says, okay, so what are your OC's favorite drink?
Dr. Pepper, woo 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 woo.
That's a freaking sweet question. Like, it has nothing to do with the lore, but I love it.
Dr. Pepper, woo woo woo.
Milk and hot chocolate.
I think you can already tell I love my caffeine.
Of course you do. Okay. Darkwater Flower Production says, can the elemental control more than one element, or can they control only one?
Nope, we're not Todoroki.
Nope. You're born with one element, and you can only control that element. If you try to use spells from another element, this is very dangerous.
Yeah, we've seen this in role plays, and it can get very dangerous. Dark actually tells Stormy all the time, don't touch those dark books, you can get seriously hurt. And now Stormy has to tell Toby, don't touch my light books, you can get hurt. Mixing elements,
Exactly.
It will hurt.
If Toby or Dark try to use a light magic book and with the spells in it, it would be very dangerous to them. They could get hurt physically, mentally, spiritually.
Mm-hmm. It basically is like it's like if you were to put bad blood in a person. Actually, it's more like mixing blood types. Like, say someone needs the right donor's blood, you have to be a certain type. You mix with the types. And
Yeah, otherwise it's not gonna. Otherwise it's not a good idea. Like it's no.
Yeah, you could probably harm that person. So yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not just harm, completely like kill them. So yeah. What Dark says, don't touch that book. It can hurt you. That's because it can hurt you.
That's why we listen.
Yeah. So and it can be even more hurtful if the book you took is the book of the opposite element.
Like opposite.
Like I'll get less hurt if I try a book of water than a light one.
Mm-hmm.
I still get hurt though.
Yeah. Say all right. Say Josh uses the fire book, and then Martha, who is an nature element, tries to use that same fire book. She's probably going to be severely burned.
Yeah. So yeah. Trying to control another one's element is really not a good idea.
Just don't do it, kids. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Okay, Sabrina the Awkward Art Kid says, are there any types of magic that are strong or weak against another? Example, fire against water, darkness against light, vice versa, like a Pokemon type advantage thing.
Not exactly.
Well, it's not that they are strong or weak against each other, but they are opposites. However, since it's an uneven number, nature element doesn't have an opposite, per se.
Yeah, but generally it depends on the person's skill and experience. Say, for example, you had a guy who was like, alright, I'm just going to put these in levels because I don't know any other way to explain it. Imagine one guy's level 50, another guy's level 10. Obviously, the guy's level 50 is going to win. It doesn't matter elemental disadvantages because there's not really that much. It does not really have a great percentage. It has somewhat of a percentage, but it's not going to be what defines if you're gonna win or lose. A fire.
Yeah, it's the experience and control we have over power that will define if you're stronger, weaker, or if it's a fair fight. I don't know if you're talking, but I can't hear you.
No, I stopped talking. I was gonna let you.
Okay, so yeah. There are some characters that if we put them against one another, it's a fair fight, but if we change, it's not a fair fight anymore.
Yeah, take Derek and Josh, for example. Put those two together, fight. They're evenly matched.
They don't know who they are, but okay.
Yeah, or if, like, you... Yeah, but it's basically... It all falls onto your experience and skill and stuff like that. And it does not... Element does not matter. It's just like a little power boost.
If Dark and Stormy were to fight against one another, Dark would win.
Dark would probably win.
More experience with magic than Stormy. Stormy is still learning.
And she can't control it very well.
Exactly.
She was a late bloomer, basically.
Yeah. So it really depends on the experience and skill the person has. That's what defines it. It's really not like a Pokemon thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Potato Pennywise asked, can I ask a question completely off topic? Well, I'm asking it anyway. What are your ships?
Oh, not today. Not today.
Yes?
Not today.
Please.
No.
So embarrassed.
You? Yes. Are we going to share them? No.
Okay, we do have some ships, but I'll spare Stormy. I'm not going to tell them.
You can talk about Martha and Cosmo, but let's not go any deeper than that.
You know you can't escape the speed paint.
Oh, shut up. No. You can't either.
I know. I never said I would.
You and your fireball.
Oh, shush. Anyway. Melgmen, I don't know if I pronounced that right. How did y'all create the elements?
It's kind of how our friendship grew. When we first met, I had a different OC and she wasn't actually an element, she was something else. And as we just...
Yeah, and mine is I was a kid and I decided, you know what, I like dark magic and I want to prove that it's not so bad, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, so basically, it's just evolved through our interactions together, because we've been friends for a very, very long time.
Yeah, for a few years now. Maybe 5?
I think it's been 7. Yeah, 7.
Damn. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure it's maybe 6 then. Maybe 6.
No, it's 7. I know. I've been keeping track. I keep track of all this.
Okay, you're better than me. I'm going to trust you. 7 years. Dang. boy. Okay. So like the more we roleplay, the more we interacted, the more lore happened, and the more we said we could do that, or maybe you could do this. More rules appeared. We changed some through time, so it just really evolved as we grew up.
Mm-hmm. It's something that's grown with us, and I think that's a really good aspect.
Yeah, and at some point I was like,
It's like,
okay, here are the elements. That's what they are.
yep.
And honestly, over time, like our characters got better, our role plays got better, and our scenarios got better.
Yeah, and my role-playing skills, because I used to use text talk a lot because I was constantly having to answer messages, but now I don't do that. It's something that I've had to break.
Oh shit, we're already at the end.
That was easy.
That was quick. Well, quick. 39 minutes of talking. I'll probably have to edit. So yeah. Thank you guys for the questions. It was fun.
Don't forget to eat your potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes are good. Just don't forget to eat and sleep, okay, kids?
But anyway, we do hope you have a really good day, have a wonderful evening, and stay safe. Happy New Year.
Thank you for joining with me, Stormy.
Glad you had me.
Good. Well, thank you for watching, guys. Probably see you in the next video. I don't know which one it will be, but it will be a next video. I don't know when the part 2 will appear, but you know, I'm gonna work on it. Anyways, bye, my fellow angels and demons.
Bye. Have a happy 2020.